Good morning, Stefan here. So as you can see, I'm out on my morning drive, a little beach cruise. I'm on call today, so can't stray too far away from the house. No trails today. But as you can see, it's a absolutely beautiful morning, and ocean's nice and calm. Supposed to have some storms later, but for now it's pretty cool. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is I added a couple of decals to the front of the Jeep. As you can see, they look pretty cool from far, but if you get up really close to them, I did a horrible job of installing them. As you can see, it looks absolutely terrible. They were a nightmare trying to install. The place I bought it from actually sends you two sets of them because they're such a nightmare to try and install. So yeah, I think it's going to be easier and less expensive to do than the stick-on decals. So I'm going to head back to the house after maybe a little bit more of a drive, and we'll do it. Now, this is only going to work if you have the three-piece grill, which is the Mojave, the Rubicon, and I believe the Overland. So as I say, only if you have the three-piece grill. It's not going to work on the one-piece grills. So we're back at the house, and it's hard to see, but I got some pictures of it. I'll put them in if this is not clear. But as you can see, these things were horrible. I really struggled to install them, and as I said, I love the look of it from far. But up close they look terrible. So I've come up with a plan to fix that, and I think this is maybe a better solution to this thing. If instead of getting these decals, I'm going to pull the grill off, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. All right, so we're going to pop the grill off for that. Open the hood. So we got 6 clips, 1, 2, 3, and then the same on the other side. And pretty simple. You just pop a screwdriver in, pull them up, and then slowly take them out and wedge them out. Definitely want to put them somewhere where you're not going to lose any. All right, next stage is I'm going to grab the grill, and we're just going to pull from the bottom, and it just pops right off just like that. And you want to make sure that if any clips come off the bottom, that you have all the clips. So I've laid it down, something soft. I put it on a towel. First thing we want to do is pop out. We got 4 clips here, so we just push them down and they pop right out. Once again, keep them with the rest so we don't lose anything. Oh, that one broke. Great. I don't have any more of those. I'm gonna have to pick some up. All right, so I guess be a little more ginger with it than I was on that last clip. So when I put it back, I'm gonna have one missing. Yeah, just don't push down too hard on them. I guess they get brittle. So we've removed the clips. Now we've got a T20 Torx bit. So we're going to remove the 8 screws. Once again, it's the screws are metal, but it's plastic, so just be careful, especially when you put them back. And we're going to keep them all over there. Okay. So now we've got some more clips up here. We just push that forward and it comes right out. Okay. What do we have here? Yep, it's coming loose. We got another clip here, and here we've got some more clips. Okay, there we go. Okay, Okay, these need to go that way. So I'm going to lift that up, push them in. Ah, there we go. That's how we do it. So there's a little tab, you push it up, push them in. And I shouldn't have to take them all off because I'm only going to do the one side. Kind of like that look. Okay, so that's that side taken off. But we'll see once I get this middle one up. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, let's see here. So, this is the one I'm interested in. Alright, so we got clips here. We're just going to wedge them off. These are around the light bezel because I want this section out. I don't want, I don't need to take this side apart. I only need this side. As I said, I'm only going to do the 2. So there's 3 of these little clips. Okay, let's have a look-see. Should come right out now. Oh, there we go. There's little clips over here too. Okay, so there we go. Got it out. Now what we want to do is peel off the old stuff. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it with a rattle can. So I'm going to paint it with the rattle can. So we're going to make sure that we cover up all of this stuff so that we don't have any overspray. But first I'm going to get some lacquer thinner, give it a clean. So a little lacquer thinner and give it a clean, and then we should be good. I'm going to get another table so it's a little easier. I don't want to mess any lacquer thinner on this. Alright, so get a little lacquer thinner. And I'm just going to clean it because you want to get all the grease, anything greasy off the area that's going to be painted, because otherwise the paint may not adhere correctly. And then you definitely want to use a primer that works on PVC, so on plastic for this. So I've got some primer, and really from this point on you really don't want to touch it with your bare hands. So I'm going to get some gloves, because if you touch it with your hands after you've cleaned it, you can leave some grease behind, and we don't want that. So, like I say, now you can scuff it up. I don't think it's necessary for such a small deal, especially if I'm putting a primer on it. So, like I say, I don't think it's a big deal. But what I am going to do is get some tape and tape off the area that I do not want to hit with the paint. So, which is especially the light bezel area, because that can be seen. Got our bezel ready. So I've got some primer, and then I'm going to be painting it orange, of course, because I'm going with the orange and black for everything. So I've got a Rust-Oleum primer, and it does say that it's for wood, metal, plastics, and more, indoor or outdoor, fast drying. It is hot today. I'm in Florida, and even although it's overcast, it's a hot one today. So what you always want to do, just make sure you spray it on something a little bit. Make sure this is a gray primer, so you just want to get a light tack coat first, You know, don't go heavy on the first coat. And then if you give it a few minutes and let it dry, come back and hit it one more coat, and then you can paint on it, you know. So, all right, it just takes, this stuff dries really quickly, so just a couple of minutes. You know, you can always touch the area where it's not, you know, make sure it is dry, and then we want to hit it with another coat. You know, this one you can go a bit heavier, but you got to be careful, you don't want it to run. That should do it for a primer. So that I'm going to let dry for probably about 10 minutes, give it enough time to dry nicely, and then I'll come back with the color. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm going to, you know, it's dry. I can check here where if I damage it, it's not where the area is. Now, I do understand that the pinstripe was only on that edge, you know, and of course you could tape it off and do the same thing. But the whole point of what I'm doing is that I get a perfect finish, and that I don't, you know, that it don't have any squiggly lines, and it doesn't look, that's why I pulled it apart and I'm doing this, and I think that's going to look cool. And then of course you can do them all and do it like inserts. A lot of people have the grill inserts, and I haven't seen grill inserts for the 3-piece, so this is another way of doing that. So, all right. Let's see, so what I'm using is a Rust-Oleum, just a orange gloss enamel, because I wanted a gloss finish, didn't want it matte. So let's, once again, light coat in the first coat, just to get it going, and then you can always add more. If it runs, it's a real pain. You've got to clean it all off and start over, and then it leaves lines, and you definitely don't want to do that. So, you know, just a light coat to start. It looks like the wind's coming up a little bit, which is not what I was looking for. That's okay. Once again, just a light coat. Always come back with, you're going to come back with another one or maybe 2 coats. All right, I'm going to leave that, let that dry for a minute. And once again, I'm in Florida, so it's really hot today, and it dries within just a couple of minutes. So, you know, I think you're better off doing 3 or 4 coats than 1 coat that's thick and then it runs and you have a problem. So just get a little bit more here. There we go. And you know I'm not wearing a respirator. You should. Don't do like me, but I am outside, so it is well ventilated, and the wind's actually blowing it away from me. Yeah, so I got 2 coats on it. I'm gonna do a 3rd one for sure. Actually, let me put a little bit here so that when I know when it's dry. Off camera, I did a 3rd coat, and I also took off all the tape. Now it is pretty dry, but it's not, you know, it's not tacky anymore. But I'm going to reassemble it because, you know, it's Florida. Once again, it's going to rain shortly, so I'm going to reassemble it. Ideally, if you can give it 24 hours, it's going to be a little better, because you don't want to like scratch it or anything, because it'll scratch pretty easy at this point because it's still kind of not fully dry yet. So I did take the middle piece off because that sits on top of this. So the difficult part now is just to be very gentle with it to put it back. That way it sits in its right spot. I'm going to put these clips in. Alright, so we're going to pop our grill back. What I'm going to do is line up our holes, our clips at the bottom. Okay. There we go. They're all back. And we're going to put our push pins back and we're done. Got our 6 push pins and I'm going to pop them back in, push them and clip them all in. I think it came out really nice, actually. Alright, I really think it came out awesome. Let me know what you think. That is definitely so much nicer. Definitely so much nicer. Much cleaner. And then of course you can put some clear coat over it. You know, obviously before you reinstall it, it may let it hold up a little better. But we'll see how it holds up. I'll keep you guys in the loop, and obviously you're going to see the Jeep, so we'll see how it holds up over time. But as you can see, it's definitely getting a little cloudy. So I'm going to clear up here, and you know, appreciate you watching the video, and please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I hope you're having a great day. See you soon.